Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. So someone recently shared that they go to Bruno Gröning's Circle of Friends community hours, and they were a little confused because they really didn't feel the energy there, and they're very sensitive to energy, but they didn't really feel it during those meetings, and I can really understand that. That was my experience until I started doing something. So, Bruno Gröning, when describing Einstellung or describing tuning in, he said, listen deeply inside yourself. I don't have the exact quote handy, but he also said to turn our attention away from the people, basically to turn our attention away from the things around us and to turn our attention inside of us. In fact, I just remembered where that quote is, so I'm going to find it while I talk. So that was really key for me to understand that that's what tuning in is. It's turning away from things outside of us and the things around us, and turning in and turning inward and focusing inward. Or as Bruno Gröning very simply said, listen deeply inside yourself. So what I started to do was, when I would go to a community hour, I would close my eyes and sit there and keep my eyes closed the whole time. And so I would hear the words that were being spoken, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to them. I kept my attention primarily inwards. And as soon as I started doing that, then I started to feel the energy so strongly. And then to do that, to keep my attention turned inwardly, even as all these things are going on around. And this person who asked me this question, he said, I find all the talking distracting. And I did too, because talking takes us out of ourselves and has us focusing there. Whereas in terms of tuning in, Bruno Gröning was quite adamant to here it is. Listen in silence to your conscience. Pay attention to your conscience, totally turned off from the action around you, turned off from the words around you, and turned off from the thoughts around you. Listen deeply inside of you. So as soon as I started doing that, it's not that I ignored what the people were saying, it's that I let that be the background, and I let my soul and the feeling of energy and the feelings in my body, I let that be the primary focus. And now if I don't do that, I find Bruno Gröning Circle of Friends, well, not just Bruno Gröning Circle of Friends, but I find any community hour, if I focus outside of myself, it's like I only feel it, 10%. It's so diminished, the amount of energy I feel. So that's my recommendation to people is, well, actually that's Bruno Gröning's recommendation to people. So that quote that I just read is from, it's an organization called the Circle of Information, and it's under the section Bruno Gröning's teachings. Be a God listener instead of a man listener. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope it really helps you get the most out of any community hour you go to. Take care. Much love.